Well, hello internets, here we are with a little bit of a vlog. Well, you guys remember as I was starting to recover from being sick in the fall of 2021 during those, whatever it was, 10 voiceover vlogs that I did. I believe it was during them. I mentioned that I had my 2017 GMC Sierra into the dealership for a battery issue. I believe I mentioned anyway. If I didn't, well, I guess this will be a new topic. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, I had the truck in to the dealership to have them look at the battery issue, where the needle would drop quite low and then go up, kind of fluctuate high and low. Maybe a slight change in how it would turn over before it would fire. Keep in mind, this was the fall of 2021. Keep in mind the truck is a 2017. Keep in mind the battery was probably made in 2016 before it was shipped out. Keep in mind as well as for the first couple of years that truck was never plugged in the wintertime because the place that I was living didn't have I wasn't able to access my plug-in from where I parked, so there was a lot of hard cold starts in -40, -45 and lower in the wintertime. That is, of course, Celsius. You know, batteries are 4 or 5 years if you're lucky, and they need to be changed out. And I wanted in the fall of 2021 for them just to change the battery out. I had told them on the invoice, change the battery out as a precautionary measure. Well, they come back with their, after doing their test and all that stuff on the battery, they come back and they say, oh no, your battery is fine. And I take them at their word for it. Now deep inside my gut, you know, I figured they were wrong, because on my 2009 Canyon, right around the 5-year mark, the battery did the same thing. Started going dead, started having trouble. The battery started having trouble and doing things. Now, because I had another vehicle, the 2009 Canyon used to sit for extended periods of time while I drove the work vehicle or my own personal vehicle. So when I go to drive the Canyon, I'd have to boost it. So I knew physically the battery had failed. If I remember right, I had a doctor's appointment in Edmonton, and I was up there, and of course, me being me, whatever, things going on in my life with, you know, the doctor and the work and the bank, and I just didn't change the battery. And I was up in the city for an appointment, and the battery actually failed. It would not start the truck. It went dead. I sat there for a bit in front of an ice cream shop trying to decide what to do. I had called a tow truck for a boost or a tow or whatever, and I sat there for a bit and I thought, well, I'm just going to turn the key again. And it fired on up, and I hit it on over to the nearest dealership. And I told the dealership, this is a different dealership, of course, from my hometown dealership. I told them to change the battery and do a load test on the alternator, because a good alternator should even be able to charge a battery that is dead to a certain point. Well, of course, that dealership in the city did not do a load test on the alternator. They just stuck a battery in it and charged me whatever it was and sent me out the door. Well, I get part way back home and my truck starts acting up in the middle of nowhere, per se, in the dark at night. Starts acting up like it wants to stall. So I turn the heat off, turn the music down, put the lights on dim, which were pretty much dim anyway, and I managed to make it home basically on a dead battery and probably finishing cooking my alternator. Well, I take it into the local GM dealer, and oh yeah, by the way, your brand new battery is cooked, but there's no warranty on it because we didn't install it. But you can try taking it back to the other dealership and maybe they'll warranty it. Well, yeah, no, I'm not driving back to the city. I probably should have, but whatever. So battery and alternator later, and well, that truck was fixed for another couple $100K before I traded it off. There's a more to that story, of course. Then fast forward here to the 2017 Sierra. They went it in, did the charge, sent it down the road. It just didn't feel right. I had the gut feeling that I should have had a change based on, I come into winter and it always started into December, always started into the first little bit of January. It was really, really cold. The truck was being plugged in, which is kind of like the first time in like forever that I was plugging it in since moving here. And lo and behold, the truck wouldn't start. Now, I really didn't have anywhere to go. My bills were paid. I had groceries, so the truck kind of sat around for a bit, plugged in, and I had a little bit of money here come in, so I thought, well, let's take it to the dealership and have them look at it. I told them what was going on. I told them it was the battery because the battery was 5 years old. I told them what was going on. I told them to change the battery. Well, of course, the dealership, I don't know if they had some kind of quota to meet, or if they seen me coming, or if they figured, hey, this is going to be the last chance we could soak him under warranty before the truck's off of warranty, so let's soak him for everything we can. It was, I'm thinking just a little over $1,000 because they checked a fuse for the starter. Well, there's nothing wrong with the starter because it would turn, the starter would start, so it wasn't the fuse, the relay or something they changed, which didn't need to be done. They changed the throttle body, or cleaned the throttle body on the truck because the computer said it was dirty. Well, the truck at that time only had about 35,000 kilometers, so I can't really see how the throttle body would be dirty at those kilometers. And then they ran their another test, and lo and behold, the battery was not just dead, it was dead, So they replaced the battery, and but by the way, she fired right up just like it was no problem at all. And then they bill me for all these tests and all these non-needed parts for a simple, $300 battery. Yeah, I know, I probably should have just went down to the local battery shop that I deal with and bought a battery and changed it myself. But keep in mind, this is January, this is the cold month of the Canadian winter, and we're not talking about Eastern Canada winter, we're talking about, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Canada winter, where, if memory serves me right, it was like minus 46 Celsius, and with my hands the way they are, that would have caused me a lot of discomfort to be out there undoing the bolts for the battery. And who knows too, with these modern vehicles, if you have to reprogram the thing to accept the new battery, unlike the old trucks where you could have no issue working on them. I'm going to be so glad when this truck is off of warranty, because I'll never have to set foot in that dealership again unless I choose to. I can do a couple things to this truck that I want to do that they won't let me do because it's under warranty, and I can have it dealt with at my mechanic that won't screw you over and is not after some kind of warranty scam quota that they have to meet every month. But if something doesn't feel right, don't get her done. Don't let them shaft you. Don't let them pull wools over your eyes. Surely there would have been a better way to have dealt with that, but at the same time, with things going on this winter, you kind of need your vehicle. You kind of need it for things. Sometimes you just have to grin and bear it, pay it done, and away you go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.